What's good, fam? It's your boy Jorge and Michael.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of Hanging with the Boys. On today's episode, we're going to drink some yerbies.
We're going to have a yerb.
Yep.
Get our version of coffee in the system. Talk a bunch.
So good.
So good. Mexican food after. Dude, I'm such a pushover.
That's a good batch.
That's a really good batch.
We were just talking about what makes a good batch.
I think I just got a cavity.
Yeah?
It's so cold.
Oh, yeah. So good.
Hey, I'm a pushover.
What happened?
Because this morning I woke up and I'm like, man, I'm going to have to tell Jorge we can't do our Mexican food date after because I leave this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a bunch of food in the fridge. And now the first thing I think of when we start talking to the camera is how good that Mexican food's going to be.
Yeah, dude, I actually would have been very disappointed.
I know. Hey, I'm pulling through.
Yeah.
I'll eat it up somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Talk to me.
Well, first off, I think we got to say our respects.
Okay. Oh, now who?
R.I.P. Steve Harwell. 56
Smash
years
mouth.
old.
Dude, liver failure.
Yeah.
That had to have been some heavy drinking.
Oh, yeah. I think he was a heavy drinker.
Yeah.
Dude, what's gnarly is I saw like a little thing like on Facebook or something like that. Not really on there too much, but it just said like, it was his last days or something.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, dang. I wonder how like credible that is.
Yeah.
Not thinking anything because I didn't see that anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
And then like the next day he died.
He died, yeah.
Like,
I did the same thing. Because like one of the outlets I follow, they're like, oh, he's like, they're putting him in like the hospice or whatever for comfort. And this and that. And then the next morning I wake up and I was like, oh, rest in peace. I love that song too.
Yeah.
The All-Star song or whatever. So that sucks.
Is that the same one that somebody once told me?
Yeah. Hey now, you're an all-star.
So what's the other like really? Because he has another. Really
might as well be walking on the sun.
Yeah. He had some bangers.
He had some bangers, dude.
Yeah.
Late '90s bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess he's been like separated from the band for a few years now. Obviously, he had something going on. So I kind of wonder how good the new singer is. He can't
replace.
I mean, he kind of has to. Like,
yeah.
There's no way I'm going. There's no way I watch like a little clip and he sounds totally off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to watch that.
Nah.
There's no way.
I'm just gonna leave the memory in my brain.
Yeah.
Of the good dude.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, so that sucks, man.
Yeah, he was a talented dude.
Mm-hmm.
It was, you get those bands that come out that kind of change like a genre.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know what type of. There's like ska punk in a way, but then I don't know what to even call it.
I don't know. I just know it was like a
pop punk.
It was just kind of like one of those '90s bands.
Yeah,
like the American Pie soundtrack or something.
Yeah,
it's just like those songs stick in your head,
Yeah, just super happy. Even though maybe the stuff he was talking about in the song wasn't.
Yeah,
but like super happy, like tune.
Yeah.
Melody. So.
Well, it was cool too because it almost seemed like he was picking on himself.
Yeah,
in that All-Star song, like the way he kind of like writes it.
That one's from the movie Shrek.
Is it?
I think like when people think of that song, they don't even think of Smash Mouth. They just think of Shrek.
Never seen it.
So it's just crazy.
That's the green thing, right?
Yeah. You never seen Shrek?
Mm-mm. How many times do we got to go over this? Wow. I've seen Top Gun, Karate Kid, and Tin Cup on repeat.
Scarface.
Oh, dude,
we used to watch I
still do.
Yeah.
Because I like on my Hulu movies, it's like shit movies, and I'll just come across because I'm the guy. I'll scroll thinking I'm gonna find something I really want to watch.
Yeah.
And then like Scarface pops up. I'm like, yeah, I was gonna know.
Yeah. Like scrolling is almost like actually watching TV.
Mm-hmm. Because I'll scroll for 35 minutes.
Yeah, I do the same, and then I get pissed when my kids do that. I'm like, dude, just pick something. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I do that too.
Yeah. Weird, man.
But I'll usually stop like on. Not that long ago, I was scrolling forever, and then like Beverly Hills Cop came on. And I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Then I watched it. It was so good. And then I'm like, now I got to watch number 2 and 3.
Yeah. It's so weird because I think we've talked about it before, but like I have to really get into like the first 5 minutes of a new movie to like be into it. And it doesn't happen often. So it's like I'm the king of just watching like I love like old 80s, 90s, early 2000s movies. So if I come across that, I'm like, screw it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like I've tried to watch, I don't know, like me and Bubs tried to watch like that Peaky Blinders show.
Yeah.
It's the rave.
Nah.
I got like 15 minutes in the episode, dude, and killed the whole phone battery. Like, this sucks, dude. Like,
yeah.
So it takes a lot. Like Breaking Bad got me right away because it's about drugs and like, a nerdy teacher. I love that. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I think I'm part of like that new generation where like, you know how they went, like we always talk about it, went from like, 30-minute like Moto DVDs to like 5-minute YouTube edits to now it's like a minute 30 or a minute on Reels. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm that guy because it's like I don't have an attention span no more.
Yeah. For me, it's weird though because I can go, dude, I go forever without watching TV. Like I'd rather watch like YouTube videos like what you're talking about right now. And then sometimes I'll get like in a real bender. Like I said, the only shows that I really watched as of like the last 10 years are the narco shows.
Oh yeah, those good.
Those so good.
Never tried it.
And then like I said, that one day I think like my wife was sick, so I was just like kind of chilling and boys were hanging out, so I put on Yellowstone.
Yeah.
But like even the first episode, because the first episode was super long.
Yeah.
It like took a while. I'm like, this is what everyone's talking about.
Right.
And then it kind of gets better and better. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Dude, and then since we talked about it, we still haven't even watched season 3.
Yeah, it's the weird. That's the weirdest show I think that ever came out.
Yeah,
because it is like so good for the first. I think even season 3 is good. What are they on? Like I think 5's coming out.
Yeah.
Dude, and it got like to me it got terrible.
Yeah,
it's like one of those shows where they caught something and try to like beat a dead horse, basically. You know what I mean? Like at first it was like killing dudes that messed up or beating dudes, bar fights, all this gnarly stuff. And then it turns into like a love story, you know, and everything gets all soft and it's like you're waiting the whole episode. You're like, okay, something's about to happen. I can see it. Yeah. And then like the credits come up and they're all, the hell? So you'll watch the next one because you're all that episode. Something's happened.
Yeah.
Credits. You're like, dude, I stopped watching it.
Well, that's why I didn't watch it. See?
I know. I like the intro music though. Sick.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then off of that one, they make all the other like
ones. 1883 and all that stuff. Yeah.
Honestly,
too, like TV's a lot like duty for me. It's like when it's nice out, I don't really sit there and watch TV.
Exactly.
You know, but like Yellowstone comes out like in November's usually, so like we get all into it.
Yeah. So getting back to the subject.
Oh yeah. God,
you should watch Shrek.
We detour easy.
Nah, it's good.
Yeah.
People love it.
Yeah.
You need to watch Shrek.
I don't know. What's the point of that? It's a kid movie, dude.
Yeah, it's so good.
No, I don't have kids. Ellie's not going to watch it.
She might.
Nah.
Donkey in there and shit. Oh. Eddie Murphy.
Like a donkey show or like a...
No, just a donkey. But yeah, rest in peace to Steve there. That's
dude,
it sucks.
It sucks at like this stage in our life, like everyone just starts dying.
Yeah.
Like football players I looked up to, like, you know, sports people, like actors and all, except for Al Pacino. He's like 97 years old having kids.
And Robert. And then Pesci.
Pesci, yeah.
Pesci looks kind of hurt.
He's shriveled.
I mean, if I had to pick one out of the 3, Pesci might be the one.
Yeah, because he's super small and like doesn't have no mass to him no more. He looks like my grandma kind of.
And then the other 2 are still banging chicks and
having kids and shit. Yeah, weird.
Nothing wrong with that. Well, there is a lot, but
well, having the kid, well, they're rich enough. Who cares?
Yeah, they'll leave them a wealthy amount.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's going on, dude?
Nothing. I had an eventful weekend.
Yeah, I think we all want to hear about that.
So pissed. So I was kind of doing it like me and Cliffy had always talked like we wanted to see Metallica one more time because they're old as shit.
Dude, and I almost thought they were about to die.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about last week, we were talking about what people you'd want to watch before they die.
Right.
And I'm like, shit, Mace might actually make it to watch.
I know.
What's his name? Hetfield died.
Yeah, but I didn't. So book a hotel room right next to the stadium, get our flights, and you know, I was taking Cliffy.
What's that stadium?
State Farm, I think it's the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah,
Cardinals play.
Mm-hmm. State Farm.
So, dude, like literally, we had a hotel like right off it. Like everything was sick, and the only thing that pisses me off is like I'm buddies with the Five Finger Death Punch band manager, and he was gonna hook us up, maybe go like get to see the Five Finger stuff, you know. And that's what we were real because I've seen Metallica like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah,
and I caught them in their prime like 20 years ago, you know, or not in their prime, but like in a better situation. So, dude, we get on our flight, have a couple beers at the airport. We're all stoked, you know. Flight goes smooth, you know, everything's looking good, dude. But we had Wi-Fi on the flight, and literally as we're starting to descend into Arizona, the Five Finger dude texts me. He's all, dude, you're not gonna believe this. I'm like, what? And he's all, Metallica just canceled.
Oh.
And Metallica like never cancels a show.
Yeah.
So, and he's like he'll fuck with you, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, right, dude. I'm like, serious? He's all, yeah, dude. Hetfield just came down with COVID, and they just played the night before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no way, dude. So we land and we're like, well, now what do we do? So we're talking to him, and he's like, yeah, they rescheduled to this coming weekend, like the 9th.
Oh, okay.
And I can't make that. So we're sitting there. I'm like, well, because my hotel room was non-refundable. So it was $1,000, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it, dude. Flight was $350.
For one night?
2 nights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're going to stay Saturday night, Sunday night.
Yeah.
Fly on Monday.
It's like right next to the stadium.
Yeah, it's just an expensive area. So non-refundable. So me and Cliff were like, well, shit, we didn't bring golf clubs or nothing because we were just going to kind of hang out with the Five Finger dude all day. So we're like tossing it around, and I'm like, well, I don't want to eat the $1,000. So should we just go check in and have some beers, and then maybe tomorrow fly home, at least get one night out of it?
Yeah.
And then we both looked at the same time, and there was like, we landed at 5:30, And there was just a nonstop back up to Reno at like 8. And we're all, I mean, dude, we could just go home right now. Screw it. Because what I'm thinking too is like, I either eat the $1,000 on the room or pay the $1,000 for the room, and then we go out and have $500 in food and drinks the next 2 days.
True.
Right. So it's like, it was kind of this and that. And like Southwest is bitching, dude. Like literally on the app we did it, charged us like $10 for the change fee.
Yeah.
And we got the flights. So we had dinner, had like 3 beers and flew home.
Damn.
Yeah. We were in the airport for like 2 hours. Never left it. Never nothing.
Dude, that's almost like baller shit. Like if you're a baller,
yeah,
and you ask a girl on a date, you're like, "Hey, I'll fly out to Arizona," but you did it with your homie.
Yeah, and I'm like, take the date. I'm like, hey, I got one rule: we never leave the airport. So yeah, it was a bummer. Like I said, not so much because honestly, I've heard like bad reviews with Metallica. Like a person I know went out to the one in Jersey, and she said it like they weren't very good. They played a lot of like their newer stuff because I guess they got a new album.
Yeah, can't be doing that.
I don't listen. Like I refuse to listen to their new stuff.
Yeah,
like after like the Load Reload, which everyone kind of gave them shit.
I know like 5 songs of theirs. That's it.
Yeah, so it's like those are the ones you want to see. Yeah. So it was like Metallica, like because everyone's like, man, you're probably so bummed, and I'm like, not really. I wanted to like hang with the 5 Finger dude because he's a bitchin' dude, like just cool guy, and dude, like he wrote me when we were taking off. He's like, yeah, so tomorrow. I'll call you and you come over and I'm going to escort you in and stuff. So like we had like legit, like it was going to be sick, you know? So that's what we were bummed about. It's more, and I like 5 Finger a lot actually for one of the newer type of bands. So we were more bummed on that. But yeah, it was just weird. It's weird how, and I'm not talking shit on COVID, right? But that's what he came down with, but he just played the night before. It's not like he was on his deathbed, but like I started going through the comments, you know, and like, dude, Metallica in the 80s or 90s, like when they cut their hair, dude, they lost like half their fan base for years. Yeah. Right. But now, like with COVID, everyone, like I looked at the comments because we had 3 hours in the airport and everyone's like, oh, so glad you care about other people's health and super glad you're conscious of this. This is and I'm like, if Instagram was in the 90s and this happened, dude, all the long haired Thrasher dudes would have been like, fuck you, man. This, you know, like I traveled all the way here to like, because I'm fortunate.
I mean, that's kind of what I thought when I saw it. And then he like showed a picture of his test or something. I'm like, what a pussy. Yeah. But then I've had COVID twice. Yeah. And, you know, I got pretty sick from it, but I didn't die. But then again, I'm also not the lead singer of Metallica. Right. That has all the resources. He's probably like 100% okay. Yeah. It's just the fact that he has COVID.
Probably felt a little rundown.
He can't like infect other or whatever. He wants to be responsible. Cool. Yeah. But first thought in my head, I'm like, dude, what a pussy.
Yeah. And before anyone fires us up, we know it's a real thing. And it's, you know, but like those dude, like Metallica, dude, I can't recall in the last 30 or 40 years where they've canceled the show. Mm-hmm. So you're going to tell me Hetfield's never been sick in 40 years. And now, and what I get pissed about is like, you know, now Joe Biden tests for COVID, Whoopi Goldberg tests. And it's like, now there's this whole push going back into like flu season. And I'm like, now that, cause when we were in the airport, right, like eating our dinner and shit, dude, every news channel, like headline was, James Hetfield from Metallica tests positive for COVID, you know? And so like me and Cliff are all, you know, cause like, I don't know. I've never tested for COVID, but like I've had like felt like I'm run down, you know, but dude, he had a whole day, he had 24 hours, dude. You got the best medicine in the freaking business.
That's what I'm saying. And he played the night before. Yeah. If the night before he was totally fine, I don't think it ran him down that bad in one day. Plus, like you said, I mean, these guys, they have to have some type of people around them. Right. You know, you play how many cities within a period of time, and you're just go, and those guys like always stay healthy. Yeah, they're never sick and stuff like that. Like
so they got good care.
Yeah, they take good care of themselves. They're taking good supplements, whatever it is. So like for this to happen, and it's like, hey, you pussy.
Yeah, so it was something, anyways. You know, whatever. But we were bummed. But I was more bummed for Cliffy, you know, because he has a child and. It was kind of like his getaway for a couple days, and he used his points to get to the flight. That, you know, it was like 30,000 of his points or something. You know, so for me, it's whatever. Like I think about the other people that like maybe planning the vacation with their like wife or girlfriend. You know, like flew from the East Coast or something. Like we were pretty fortunate, you know. So
and then like they're like, oh, we'll reschedule for next week. Yeah, and it's like imagine flying from like Seattle just to go watch that. It's like you're gonna fly again. Yeah,
well, like. Not. Even my 5 Finger dude hit me up and he's like, yeah, it's all good though. It's next week. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to be here.
Oh, cool. I'll take your spot.
Yeah, you can have it, dude. I'm not going no more. I'll go watch 5 Finger solo someday. But yeah, it was an adventure, but we made the best out of it. We flew back and, you know, we landed at like 11 at night and Cliffy lives like 20 minutes from the airport. I live almost an hour. So I was like, well, I'm just going to come up and hang with you. You know, he has like a little golf simulator in his garage. But we didn't start like really drinking until we got home at like 11:30. We thought we were gonna have a couple beers and just shoot the shit. Dude, like a couple of our buddies came over, little Travie and another one of our buddies, and we're hitting the simulator. Like, I think I only had probably 7 beers, but we were hitting the simulator and we started talking. I looked at my phone, it was 4 a.m. Well, oh shit, because we started so late. So yeah, I was pretty tired on Sunday.
I mean, that's probably how it was gonna be anyways, right?
Right, yeah. But like in a hotel room, sleep good till 1 or 2, you know, that's different. But Travel's calling us at like 8:30. He's like, hey, what are you guys doing? I'm like, oh my God, I'm not ready for this. And it was raining. Like we slept in Cliff's trailer because he's remodeling his house. It was like pouring rain. I'm like, dude, I could sleep all day in this thing.
Dude, so good.
Yeah, so I got till about 9 o'clock with Travis.
Yeah, the weather was bitching. This weekend.
Yeah, so that was what was cool is I just came back, grabbed the pup, came back home, chilled on the couch, watch movies, same movies I've always seen. But it was kind of nice because I never really take days like that where you just don't do nothing. And when it's raining and like there's nothing to do, it kind of helps you, you know. So got caught up on some rest, got some stuff done this week, and then fly out again this weekend.
Nice.
And this one shouldn't get canceled.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one.
Unless Jason Day comes down with COVID, then we're screwed.
And we don't need him.
Yeah, no, I'm still golfing. No matter what. Going.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Yeah, it's
funny. So we got the show this weekend with Adam Jones at the fairground. So I'm hearing like one day is completely sold out, and the next day is pretty close. It's our part. You know, I thought it was bigger, but now it's only like condensed down to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Right before the actual rodeo.
Just one show?
Yeah. So it makes it easy, but at the same time, it's kind of sucks because, you know, we wanted to do like a bigger show. But so now we have to like kind of organize and do something a little bit different.
Right.
So I was like, you know, doing some research and stuff. And one of the songs I wanted to play like at the intro was Metallica. So I was like,
Five Finger.
Bastards.
Yeah, go to Five Finger, dude.
I don't know if you saw the clip from Virginia Tech this past weekend with college football. Dude, it was so sick. They play Enter Sandman.
Oh, yeah.
And dude, the whole stadium's just like jumping up and down. Surprised the thing doesn't collapse.
Right, huh?
And then like the guys are in the tunnel just waiting to come out. And then right when it hits, dude, the people come out running, like the cheerleader dudes coming out running, and the team comes behind them. Dude, it's so
Give
sick.
You a little goosebumps.
Yeah. So I was like, I kind of want that same vibe. I want to do that. So I was like looking, and then it just so happened to be Metallica. And I'm like, damn it, I shouldn't play them because they canceled them.
We still like them though. I still got them on my playlist. Like they're a band of history for us. You know what I mean? And like I said, shit happens. Like it wasn't Metallica that I was bummed about. It was more the actual. Like if I just bought tickets and I was up in the nosebleeds, I'd have been like, whatever.
Yeah.
But
how cool would it be if that dude's like, hey, show's canceled, but the band's here and they're down to hang out. You don't care.
I'll take the COVID right now and the freaking Five Finger. Dude, it was funny because I actually wrote the dude when we were flying back. He's like, dude, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, well, it's not your fault, you know? And I'm like, just if you see Hetfield in the tunnel, tell him to Venmo me a G. He's like, dude, I wish. I'm like, damn. But yeah, it was cool that like, at least I had Cliff with me, you know, and we had fun. We caught up a bunch on the plane and just shot because he's so busy now. Dude. He's remodeling his house.
Yeah. He's
got a kid. He's he's on the road, you know, doing his tech or his transport all the time. And so it was cool. We shot the shit and got to hang out with him that night. So it wasn't, you know, like I said, it wasn't the end of the world. Because a lot of people are, how bummed are you? I'm like, I'm honestly not. Yeah. Besides the Five Finger thing, you know, like that was all I was really cared about. So we made the best of it.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, what can you do?
What can you do? Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, like realistically, like a normal person probably would have just stayed and just had fun for the 2 days that you were going to stay there anyways.
Right.
Like you said, and, you know, make a little vacation out of it or something instead of going to the concert. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Like, I mean, honestly, dude, if we would have brought our golf clubs, I probably would have stayed because we could have golfed, done a pool day, hung out that night and just did a little bit of something, you know, but with Cliff having his kid and a lot of shit on his plate as it is, like I just said, we just kind of made the decision and it was whatever. Yeah. I probably would have been the same. Like, nah, let me just go home to the boys. Yeah. And, you know, I was in LA the week before. I go to Ohio this week. And so it was kind of like, it didn't really hurt to just come home and have a couple days at home, you know? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's been nice. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Metallica did come on my playlist when I was driving home from Cliffs. I'm like, could have been live. Could have been live, dude. Yeah. So they're kind of hurting now, you think? Dude, that's so actually like as far as like they're just old. They're just old. Yeah, and but I mean they still shred, but you're just old naturally. They look good though, huh? Yeah, they're not for like being older. Yeah, but from what I've heard, so their stage is a circle in the middle of the stadium, right? Mm-hmm. Which there's pluses and minuses, like the whole stadium gets to see you, but then also you're like kind of so far away from them. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like I said, the one girl I knew, she was there in Jersey, and she just said they kind of like played their newer stuff, and it just was like a weird vibe. And then my buddy's wife actually went to the Friday night show before it got canceled, the one before us.
She probably got COVID.
Yeah, no, she's fine. And she was like, dude, they were not good. She's like, I don't want to burst your bubble and like ruin the surprise, but they're like, they weren't very good. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was he had COVID that night.
Yeah, there you go.
But I've heard from multiple people, like, they don't really care for the stage setup, and it's just not like a super great show.
They're almost out there doing it for the money.
Well, yeah, that.
Not for the show.
I think they've just done so many shows. They're all, because they've always kind of had the like roundabout stage. Like I saw them in an arena one time and they had it. Mm-hmm. But an arena's different because you're kind of over them more, you know, like we had a suite with Skull Candy. So we were up in like way up in there, but you were like looking straight down at them. And it was cool because like, you know, you'd go to that side and you could be right there, front row or whatever. But a stadium's like, that's middle stage probably looks like it's that big if you're in the actual nosebleeds. You know what I mean? So I think they're just trying. I mean, dude, you play 6,000 shows in your life, you probably get bored of like the same front stage, just whatever, you know. But like at Aftershock, they were just on the main stage, which is like a front stage, and it was sick. Yeah. So I've heard like mixed reviews about the whole thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like that middle stage type deal. Mm-hmm. See, like a lot of rappers like Drake, they do that.
Right.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah. It's just like, it's weird because you like just get a second of them at a time, you know? Yeah. Like if it's your favorite song, like Inner Sandman, and he's like on the deep end, like you're looking at his back. You're
the whole time,
sick, dude, this is awesome, you know?
And he's like, oh, let me turn around for a second.
Yeah, no, let me come to you. And it's like, yeah. So like I said, Aftershock was bitching because they were there for 2 nights and, you know, it's just the front stage. So it's like you were like more with them there, you know? Yeah. So, but whatever. It is what it is. Yeah. No more Metallica for me, though.
No.
I don't care if they play in Reno. I'm staying here.
I might go.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Yeah. All right. So other people that were bummed out, this one kind of makes me happy though. Okay. Yours, I was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
You know, I hit you up right when I saw that. I was like, oh shit.
Damn it.
You're like, yep, at the airport now.
Yeah. Having beers.
But Burning Man, dude, over 73,000 people were stuck at Burning Man this weekend. So I guess it started on the 27th and it ended on this past Monday, which was the 4th. Mm-hmm. So it was like the tail end of it already. Yeah. So these guys were already there, you know, all drugged out and everything. So they didn't really miss much. But yeah, this weekend we had some severe storms in the area. So they got
flooded the playa.
Yeah. They flooded it and they couldn't get out.
I know. I saw dudes. Freaking retards. Yeah. I mean, what do you expect, dude? You're out in the middle of the desert. Yeah. Like if it like sprinkles out there, it's going to be like flooded. You know what I mean? So, dude, not to change the subject, but I was just like scrolling through Instagram and like I don't follow her, but Danica Patrick popped up. She was at Burning Man.
Oh yeah,
you can see her nipples, dude. Oh yeah, she had like a little like white tank top on. I'm like, oh shit, dude.
See, that's like the only good thing about like Burning Man.
Yeah,
that's kind of like the thing,
right?
Chicks just get naked.
Yeah. Well, dude, I remember like Freddie's parents, like back in the 90s, they like built like a couch, like a go-kart couch. Yeah. Dude, and they would just get all like drugged up and naked, and I'm like, dude, that's bitching that they did it. But now you see like the newer generation doing it, and it's like a mess. You know, like the old school generation, dude, they would like party till 6, 7 a.m. Now you're seeing people sleeping in the mud and passed out, dude. I did see some chick topless do like a baseball slide in the mud. I was like, oh cool. Yeah.
See, that's when you
there's some pluses out of Burning.
Yeah, for sure. But, you know, it kind of brings a smile on my face, not to be a hater, but, you know, a little inconvenience for some of those people.
Right.
You know, it's probably not a bad thing.
Yeah. I will say Burning Man's a special breed of people that I don't really care for. I don't care if people light me up because, dude, I've had to fly out before. Like,
oh yeah, me too.
Like at the end of Burning Man, I had like a 5 a.m. flight, and dude, the whole thing smelled like corn nuts or something, dude. Yeah, and just like dust everywhere. Like, dude, even when we flew back that night this weekend, dude, there's mud in the airport, like all tracked to the airport, and shit. I'm like, God, that's so gross. Yeah, like, at least wash up before you like come, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone's worried about COVID. I'm worried about freaking bed bugs or mites or something. You know, like,
dude, you go to the grocery stores around our area. And there's just like weird vehicles, and you're like, dude, there's some gnarly stuff.
The Walmart in Carson, because it's like a parking lot for them, dude. Yeah, it's not my thing.
Yeah, so there's like the elite rich people that go to that and just want to do drugs and stuff. Yeah. So the inconvenience for them is kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then there's the people that are just like legit, probably drug addicts.
Oh yeah.
And just like
just use it as an excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those people just kind of are weird.
Yeah.
Those are the ones we're talking about. It's like, You know,
it was funny. Like now that we're on the subject, because I saw it, and I'm like, I don't feel bad for you guys. Like,
no, not at all.
whatever. Like I said, not even just because of the Burning Man itself, but like you're in the middle of a desert, and like you know better than anyone. Like Nevada dirt is like we call it cat shit. Like when we used to race on it, it sucked. But I was sitting, I'm like, yeah, screw that, whatever. And then I'm like, man, if it did that at Aftershock, that'd suck. Because we're out in like a grass field. I was just thinking more like ruining my shoes and my clothes and stuff, not so much like whatever. But I'm like, if it happened at Aftershock, I'd take it too. You know, like just get all flooded out. But yeah, that was a pretty gnarly deal. I saw a Jeep like buried up to its fenders and stuff. And dude, like the line of traffic trying to get out, I was like, I'm glad.
Yeah, and then they closed the gates where they wouldn't let them out.
Yeah,
because they were like, dude, you guys are just gonna get stuck. Yeah, make it harder for everyone once it dries up. Right. There's a viral clip of this guy in the back of a Jeep saying they hiked for like 5 miles and finally someone picked them up, and in the back of the truck was Chris Rock.
I saw that.
That was cool.
Yeah, he had like a dude Mets jacket on. Yeah, I know, right? That's what's weird about Burning Man's like it's literally in the like if you took someone out there in January and you're like, yeah, look at this beautiful desert, like it's fun to hang out in and party. Someone will be like, the hell is wrong with you? Yeah, because it's literally in the middle of nowhere. Yep. Right. So it's so weird that they can make this party out there and like everyone just thinks it's the best thing ever. Yeah. I'm like, dude, it's a flat desert. Yeah. Like if it was in a forest or something, you know, like where you could like sit in the trees and be all like high as a kite. Yeah. Like when we do Bandon, you know, and like just get all hammered out at Bandon, not drugs, but you know, beers and stuff. Dude, it's like the ocean and like
But forest. It's probably better though, because so imagine all the shitload of people and everyone's on drugs. And you basically don't have anything to climb except for the structures they take, right? And like fall off of or whatever. Like imagine being in a forest and everyone's on a tree. Yeah, since they're monkeys or something, just falling. Dude,
imagine like being on mushrooms in the forest and like playing hide and seek with your buddies. It'd be so fun, dude.
Dude, that would be kind of cool. But I just feel like the more obstacles there are, the worse for people on drugs. For sure.
There's probably a reason why it's in the desert. Yeah. But now we found out that the main obstacle that they should avoid is the rain. That's kind of a shitty obstacle. Yeah. In the forest, if it rains, it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
It's enchanted.
Yeah. There'd be a lot more sex going on in the forest.
Oh, yeah, dude. Not that I would know. I would just, I would assume.
I would think it would than the desert, but there's probably a lot of that going on. There's supposedly a plane that was taking off like every 20 minutes, and they were doing like a Mile High Club type deal. Huh. Like you pay or whatever, you go up 20 minutes, come back down, drop you off.
Do they disinfect the damn thing in between?
Well, I guess they would. It's
like, what if you had a squirter in there? Yeah. And she just ruins the seat, and then you hop in next, whoop.
Dude, on one of the things it said like the people took them to like a spring so they can like clean off, and then they would take off. Okay. Do your thing, and you come back down, and then next.
Dude, I would like to know the amount of STDs that fly around that place. Dude, can you imagine
the ratio? Yeah,
it's got to be bad, dude.
I mean, it's pretty impressive. Like the photos I've seen of how they like organize everyone, and it's basically in blocks, like city blocks and stuff. It's pretty impressive.
And it's like in a perfect circle. Yeah. You ever see that? Like the aerial view? It like looks like a perfect little like Mayan calendar or something. Yeah, it's weird.
It's crazy how good they do that. So just imagine all those people. Yeah. There's a lot going on in there. Yeah. And what's wild is like what we were just saying, you know, like Chris Rock's there. Yeah. Like a lot of people are there and you don't even know. Like, well, that was like walk down the street, down the road there.
That was like when Danica posted that thing. She's like the last person I would have like pictured there. She's a freaking NASCAR girl, you know?
Well, dude, it's so popular now.
Yeah. So I saw that picture. I'm like, oh shit, dude, that's weird that they're out in the middle of a Nevada desert. Yeah. You know?
It's so popular now that like even like the legit OG burners, as they call it themselves, probably like hate it now. Yeah. They're like, dude, Danica's here.
Actual like hippies that like want to be out there and just like experiment and do whatever. Like I guarantee you, Freddie's parents like would hate it now. Yeah, they haven't gone in years, obviously, but they'd probably
why.
Like what the hell is this? Yeah, because like the younger generation screws everything up. You know what I mean?
Or when stuff gets popular, maybe not the younger, just the rich generation. Because
I think it's the younger.
Dude, imagine like Aaron Rodgers there. Yeah, he's just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go to the desert and take drugs. It's like you do that in your mansion.
I just think like what I meant by younger generations, like they don't really know how to party. They're like sloppy partiers. Like at Aftershock, you'll see like I saw like a let's just say 20-year-old couple. Dude, and they had all their leather skirts on, and the chick had the boyfriend by like a leash. I'm like, it's pretty fun people watching. Dude, we saw him at like the gates open at 1. First band's like 1:30. Headlines like at 9 or 10. Dude, we saw him at like 4 p.m. and they were comatose, laying on the grass. Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell's the point? Because it's like $300 a day there. Yeah. Right. I'm like, what is the point if like you don't even remember the show. Like I drink beers all day, but you're walking so much. It's not like I ever like Metallica. I was pretty close to blacking out. I had one eye open, gripping my pillow tight at that point. Metallica reference. But for the most part, it's like it's hot and you're walking a bunch. Like even Rush, he's always the one I'm concerned about. But at the end of the night, we're always fine because you do walk so much. But you just see like literally dead bodies laying everywhere, and they'll have like a Slipknot shirt on, and Slipknot's playing as loud as you can play, and they're just passed out on the lawn. So I'm sure Burning Man, like so many people, like can't wait for Burning Man, you know. And then
those guys are posers.
They are. I had no Slipknot shirt on, but I watched every song. So that's where I'm going with Burning Man. You know, is there how many kids are like, dude, can't wait to get there, and then they do so many drugs and drink that they probably sleep like half the trip, and don't even experience it. You know what I mean? Like if I do something, I want to go see it. Yeah. So
I'm gonna go sightseeing for sure there. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like anytime I have an actual function I go to, I really try my best not to like black out. Yeah. I do sometimes. I've slipped before. Yeah, yeah. But my blackout's beer. I've come out of it pretty quick.
Hey, when's the last time you puked off of drinking?
Dude, not too long ago, but not because I was hammered. Probably like 8 or 9 months ago.
I mean, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, and this is weird though. So we did drink all day, and you know the little fireball shooters?
Oh yeah.
They got to fix that bottle design. It doesn't like flow to where you can just like, you know, like a shot glass, you just rip it back. It bubbles, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not a super good like chugger shot guy, whatever. So I was like kind of fill my mouth up and swallow it, right? One night we were pretty buzzed and not even bad, but it was so weird. So I did it and like swallowed, and there was like a little bit left, and I hit the back of my throat, and I gagged for like 20 minutes, but held it in, you know, like mouth watering a little bit, and then sat on the couch for a bit, and I was like, okay, I'm all right. I you know, cured it. Dude, like an hour later, I'm totally fine. And I went and brushed my teeth, and I got to like my back teeth, and like my tongue moved, started throwing up.
Dang.
Because my gag reflex was already like fired up.
Yeah, yeah.
But it wasn't like I mean, if you went just straight like blackout hammered throw up, probably like when I was 23, 24.
Yeah. That's pretty gnarly.
And it was like a half a bottle of tequila on, I think it was Thanksgiving at the JT, because that's like a high school reunion, you know? And ran into like one of my buddies, Lauren, who I went to high school with, and he moved to San Diego pretty much out of high school. And he bought the bottle of Patron from the bar. We like just sat there doing shots, you know, and next thing I know, the bottle's gone, and I'm like, I'm getting home. Luckily, I wasn't driving. I think actually Bubs was driving. Dude, and I get home, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel good at all. And I puked, and then it smelled like the Patron, and then I puked again. I'm like, oh, shit. But I only did like 2 of them. It wasn't like an all-night thing. I've never had like a into the morning, next day type of thing.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening, like the Full Send dudes, they had, I guess, like the Nelk Boys, you know, it was a certain crew, and now it's different, you know, obviously. But the main Kyle guy, so he had his buddy that he kind of started it with, and they were talking, like reminiscing, basically. I didn't watch the actual podcast, but I just saw some clips, and he was talking about, like, he's like, oh, yeah, when we moved to LA, dude. And, you know, mind you, this was like 5 years ago, right? Yeah. So keep that in consideration. He's like, oh, when we moved to LA, dude, like everyone was like pussies. Like no one really partied. Like we started that. And I'm thinking to myself, and he's like, dude, like people wouldn't even drink beer. And now like, and I'm like, 5 years ago? Yeah. Dude, we've been killing it since like 2000s.
You know, he might not be wrong though. Yeah. He doesn't know X Games like 06 and, you know, Nuclear Cowboys and stuff.
But like my point on that one was it's just the fact that like he was trying to make it out like, no one knows how to party, and he kind of invented it. And I'm like,
no, he did not invent it. I will actually go on his podcast right now and talk shit to him.
Yeah. We'll out party him still.
Yeah. But, yeah, like when my ex-girlfriend lived in LA, you know, like her and all her friends, and they were young, dude. They were like 25 at the time. Yeah. And when I was 25, dude, it was like you were holding my hair. I was going for it, you know? So they'd be like, oh, dude, let's go do like football Sunday at the bar or something. I'm like, all right, dude. And I'm just dusting beers. And like all the boyfriends have like 2 beer bottles in front of them. The girls like still have their drink with like the ice melted, and they're Snapchatting and shit. Dude, I'm over there just hammered them all. Yeah. Well, I kind of feel weird now, you know, like, and then dude, like, I think one time we would like bowled or watch the football games and then went like bowling and shit or something like that. We did a Sunday fun day straight into like bowling, dude, and no one could even stand up. And I was freaking ripping strikes and shit. I did a shot of Jameson, and all of a sudden I look around, dude, and it's like a freaking ghost town. I'm like, ooh. Yeah. Kind of weird.
You're like when the LeBron James shows back up to like Akron and plays like pickup.
Yeah, pickup. Yeah, that was me.
You're like, dude, what the?
Yeah, so he's right in a sense, because LA is all about like get like a smoked old fashioned and just sit there and sip. Yeah. Dude, one time, this is a good story. So Cliffy's bachelor party, I did 36 beers.
Man.
Like you remember, I documented on Instagram. I did from 1 to 36.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and I actually remember going to bed and shit. It wasn't bad. But the next day I woke up like 36 beers in my stomach. You know, I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. And we had like I don't know what it is, 3-hour drive back to Long Beach. And my ex picks me up there. And she's like, how are you feeling? Because I kind of wanted to go have like a drink or something at my work. And her work made old fashions. And they tasted, and it was in North Hollywood, I think. And their old fashions literally tasted like maple syrup. Like so good, right? And I'm like, dude, I don't think I can drink, honestly. So we drive from Long Beach up to North Hollywood. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, I can't do beer for sure. So I'll do an old fashioned. Dude, I refired the countdown up, got to 9, blacked out. Don't remember the whole night. She's like,
got to 9 old fashions?
9 old fashions,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
But you got to remember, I was on like the 5th day of a bender from a bachelor party.
Yeah.
But dude, like, she's like, you were so wasted last night. I'm like, well, what do you expect, dude? I probably drank the damn bottle of whiskey after the 36 beers. So they don't know how to party.
No.
They look at you weird too. That's what's weird. Like even like, cause you know, every dude in there's got a button up shirt and his hair slicked back and dude, they like sip and I'm just over there just downing. The bartender's like, already? Cause you know, an old fashioned's a cup that big.
Yeah.
It's like 2 sips for me and it's gone. And he started looking at me weird. I'm like, yeah, keep them coming.
Yeah.
And I was fucked up, dude.
Yeah. I remember back in the day,
puke,
like I said, like, I think I told you this story before. We had a buddy come down and I was all pounding stuff in your living room there. And he was just looking at me like I'm an alien.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you know, they love it. But at the same time, they're like, holy shit.
Jesus, man.
It's
Like,
like,
dude,
dude,
a real problem. Yeah.
It's not a problem. It's just,
well, to him, he probably thinks it, you know, not to us, obviously. But, and that's what we always say too, is like, me and my mom are the same. Like, I don't just have a beer with dinner at night, right? Like, I either drink or it's like water. Yeah. And, you know, they're like, man, like, you really take drinking like serious, you know, because they're used to having like 1 or 2 beers and calling it. I'm like, no, dude, if I'm going to drink, I'm going to sit here and tell stories for hours and get hammered, right? Yeah. So, yeah, he's got a point, but dude, I got so many X Games stories I could.
Yeah. They don't know how to party.
No. Like when I got roofied in Hollywood after X Games, my first medal, had 1 drink, dude, and freaking don't remember nothing. That was cool.
Really?
Was it either? Monster Party. Nah. 06? I don't think so. Huh. No, I don't think the first X Games I did, you were there.
What about what X Games you had like your rig out there and stuff?
That was like 07, 08, that whole time.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought like.
My first one, I just had I just went down there in the F-150 and got my first medal. So I did have like 4 or 5 beers after.
Off of, in freestyle?
Yeah. The first one I ever did that I got the bronze in. And we went to a monster party and it's weird. Go to a monster party, but Rockstar had like this old RV, kind of like Breaking Bad, but they picked all of us up, dude. And so we have a couple beers going there and we're all having fun, dude. And then I go to the bar and Chad Reed's there and he's like fucked up, dude. And it's like 7 p.m. Right. And I'm like, dude, he's like, dude, I want to come up to Tahoe, and he can't even hold his head up. And I'm like, what in the hell is wrong with this guy? So we sit there and Bubs was with me. Dude, we do a shot of Jaeger, and then I got like a Monster vodka or whatever. And that Gnarls Barkley band, remember them?
Yeah.
They were like playing. And I remember trying to like hold my face up to like watch the crazy, whatever their one hit was, you know, and I couldn't make it.
I remember when.
Yeah. I guess I was talking shit to Hart and Pink. Not like negative shit, you know, just like fucking with Hart and talking shit to Pink. And then next thing I know, I woke up in my bed, all my clothes on still. I'm all, and dude, I can put down some alcohol. There's no way I was just like tired from the riding that day. It was
dude,
like
Jaeger's a hell of a drug.
It is.
I'll tell you that.
It is. Yeah, probably one of the last times I actually did just a straight shot. But yeah, dude, we partied so much in LA. Nuclear Cowboys rehearsals. We were there for 10 days or 14 days, I think. Yeah, every night. We went and watched Snoop Dogg and Travis Barker. Got hammered. I guess I shouldn't be bragging about that since how I had to ride the next day, but rehearsal started at like 1. You know, we were good.
Well, that's why you were practicing.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. Getting ready for the tour. So
yeah. So I don't know. That clip made me laugh. I'm like, dude, there's people that know how to party. Yeah. I guess the group he went into, like the Hollywood kids that want to just like be cool, like social media kids. Yeah, they don't party. They're just awkward kids. Like we've always said on here, they're just kids that make it, get all popular, but then they're just awkward. Yeah. You know, they don't really know the lifestyle or whatever. But
that's what I'm saying. I don't disagree with what he said because I know how it goes, but he needs to talk to some actual people.
Yeah. Kyle,
if
you watch this,
I've partied there.
Yeah. We're people that know how to party.
Bad.
You need to associate yourself with
you got to associate with better people. Yeah. Instead of gaining popularity, gain credibility. Yeah. Is what he should do.
By pounding Jaeger.
No way. I'll do Fireball though. It has the same effect. I still black out, but I don't like the black licorice taste.
Really? Is it the same?
Something about sugar, right? Like, because I did me and my buddy Skidmark, who's a Traeger guy, we did a bottle of Jameson one night, split it throughout the course of the night, I should say. And I woke up the next day, like not feeling super well, but kind of remember everything. Dude, if I do like more than like 4 shots of Jaeger or Fireball, dude, blacked out.
Yeah.
Like the lights are all the way off. No clue what happened.
Mm-hmm. Those are the good old days.
No, they're still here. You got to try it once.
Well,
dude.
you don't do it.
Yeah, what?
You just said you don't do that.
Jaeger.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fireball I still do.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Lights out?
Yeah, me and Gil, because when I know I'm not driving, that's when I really let my hair down.
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed at my mom's house.
Hey, you're not driving to lunch today. Just letting you know. I'll drive.
I'm not doing Fireball.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, dude, I'm healthy this week.
Okay.
I'm on the WAG
Mm-hmm.
for 2 more days. Maybe. I'll think about it. But it was me and Gil and a couple people on my mom's porch out. Like she lives in the forest, like what we were just talking about, you know? So we're sitting there dusting beers and Phil's just laughing at us, you know, like having a good time. And out of nowhere, she brings like one of the big bottles, not the handle, but the bigger bottle.
See, Phil knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she brings it out of the freezer. And it was like, dude, almost frozen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're like, me and Gil take a rip of it. Well, that's pretty good. Ended up finishing the bottle.
Damn.
Gil's all, dude, I don't know what happened because his wife was there. So she drove him.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened last night. I'm like, dude, I woke up on my mom's couch with 1 sock on. Like, what in the hell was I doing? You know? Not like
the other sock on your ween.
No, it wouldn't fit, dude. It'd fall right off, dude. You need freaking duct tape to hold that thing on. No, but it was weird. Like, because it's like you always remember doing it, but then all of a sudden, like, I don't remember like walking through the door and into the living room and to my mom's, you know, or whatever. You're just like on autopilot.
Yeah, that's some weird stuff.
Yeah.
How that works.
I don't know. It's got to be the sugar. Plus, dude, when I do shit like that, I'm on like hour 7 of drinking.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I woke up and like did a couple shots and blacked out. It's like, dude, we probably golfed that day, I'm sure, because he always comes out after golf. So we're probably golfing, drinking beers, probably did shots of Fireball, and then came back and finished one of those bottles.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel good after that one.
Yeah.
To be expected.
Yeah. Moral of the story, you guys should drink Jaeger and Fireball, like pound it.
If you really want to party,
yeah, that's
the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And all the high-end people will be like, no, dude, like I want Jameson Black Barrel or Jack Daniels. I'm like, no.
Maybe a little Hennessy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Hennessy's good.
No, it's not good.
Hennessy and pineapple for everyone out there.
That might be all right.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Like a mixer, but not. I wouldn't do like a bottle of Hennessy.
I mean, I've done some shots here and there.
You have? Yeah. I've seen it. Mm-hmm. I bought you one in Poland, dude. And it was $42. Remember? I thought it was like Poland money, and then I looked at my statement. It was 42 American. I'm like, oh shit. So,
that's how much a bottle is at Walmart.
I know. That's what I always say, dude.
Yeah.
Shot of Patron at Sunridge right now is $18.
Damn.
And a bottle's like 40. Together. Yeah. Markup's insane. They can't even blame inflation on that one. They're just screwing the people.
Yeah. So, that's why I don't drink.
Same.
But speaking of like marking stuff up and all that, so there's this woman who refused to leave a tip to a waitress because she called her husband sweetheart.
Okay. Super offensive. On
the actual receipt, you know, it says tip. It said, "Don't call my husband sweetheart," or whatever. And it's like, I mean, that's pretty lame.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you want to get out of like, you know, leaving a tip, I'm just gonna write that and be like, hey, she got jealous. See, you're looking at me the whole time.
Yeah. That's dumb, dude.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Well, especially now.
Can you spell insecure? Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Like I'd be pumped if like someone said my like girlfriend was hot.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, another dude? Like the waiter dude?
Well,
hitting on your chick?
Maybe not. But I wouldn't like not tip him.
Yeah. But like I feel like if a lady comes up and says sweetheart to me, it's probably like an older lady. Like younger girls don't really talk like that. Was it at
Denny's?
I don't know.
Because Denny's waitresses always do that too.
Yeah.
Not that I know, I just saw it on CNN.
Yeah, I saw it on HBO once.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's one of those things. But how do you feel about tipping?
I'm a big tipper.
Big tipper?
Big tipper, yeah.
Me too.
I mean, but within reason. And not off sweetheart. I mean, like if the chick's a bitch, sucks at her job, like nothing, I'm bare minimum. I still do 15%. And it's funny because my mom will even be like, damn, dude, you didn't like her, huh? Because usually it's like,
oh, yeah.
Like I've had like a $15 tab or something. I'll leave a 20.
Yeah.
You know, just because I know, dude, like times are tough for everyone.
For sure.
You know, and I am in a fortunate spot considering, right? Like I'm not a millionaire, but I have enough to like, if I'm going to go out and eat, you know, if the person, like when we go to Fuentes later, you tip good, dude.
Yeah.
Same 2 chicks.
Great. It's my day paying.
Oh, well, it's your tip then.
Yeah. Now I'm going to say you were looking at Mike too much to the girl.
Yeah. And I'll say she called you sweetheart.
Yeah.
Made me jealous.
Yeah. No tip for you. Yeah. Whatever her name is.
Yeah.
We didn't ask her what her name is since we're regulars there now.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's one of those things where for me, it's just like I always feel bad. Like, so I always leave a good tip.
Right.
You know, I'm just like, whatever. Even when they're like really bad, I had a really bad lady. Like I even called her out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, what's your, like, I forget exactly what I said, but I was like, is there an issue here? Like, what's the problem? And she's like, oh, no. And then backtracked. And after that, she was like super nice.
Super nice, yeah.
But I left her like a really good tip.
Yeah.
And I was like, you fucking bitch, just so you can see, like, dude, don't be a bitch.
Right.
You know, like, I don't care what's going on with you. Like, we're the customers.
We're the customers, yeah.
But even, you know, the other day we went to King Buffet.
Mm-hmm.
Buffett. Speaking of that, R.I.P. Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's kind of young too.
Yeah, 75.
Well, I thought he was way older than that.
Me too. Seems like he's been around for 80 years.
So I went to the Jimmy Buffett the other day, and you know the people like come and pick up your plate, and you know they're like, oh, you want a refill and stuff, but I don't know. Like I don't know if that's like it's a buffet.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know like the tipping thing, but like tip, I'm like, yeah, I'll leave the tip. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know how like people feel about that. You know, obviously people don't like to tip in certain things.
Right.
Even when I go to like porter subs, I'm like, God damn it.
I don't tip there.
You don't?
Nah.
Like I always tip.
Not like I don't know.
Even like the places where I'm like, I don't know if I should tip here, but I'll leave like $2 or $3.
Well, yeah, if I give them like a 20 and I get like $5 and change, I'll throw the 5 in there.
Yeah.
But like if I do my card, like ask for the tip, I'm like, yeah, screw it.
I always feel that.
Just at
I always feel like they're like just staring at me when I do it. So I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, I get that. That's how I feel even with like a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm still gonna leave a tip, you know? But no, like it, you know, sometimes we'll do like Sunday fun day at the Genoa bar or something, and it gets slammed in there, right? And like the girls like, no, it's like we'll go in there once in a while, and you know, it's slammed, but we're at the corner of the bar and they come right over, give us Coors Lights and walk out, you know? So like one time I had like a $60 tab there and I left like a $70 tip just because I know it's like, that's a shitty job. You got, you know, because drunk people being dicks to you and, you know, people bitching that they can't get a drink and they come over and serve us. So that's when I usually tip pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and still like $130 tab at, you know, for drinking all day is not bad at a bar these days, you know?
Yeah.
Freaking Sunridge, dude. I had 3 6-packs on there and a couple vodka drinks. It was like $130.
That's why you take your own, dude.
I do.
Yeah.
And I told Ken that. I'm like, dude, I'm not buying a 6-pack of Coors Lights for $30, dude.
No.
Hate to say it.
Yeah.
He knows. It's not his choice. It's the owners. They think Sunridge is like Edgewood now. I'm probably going to get banned. Someone's listening for sure. My dad still works there, though. Okay?
Yeah, well, get your shit together, people.
Yeah, come on, man. Help us.
Yeah. That's why I don't golf Sunridge, because you guys can't get it together. My exquisite game would only make your course that much better.
Right, yeah.
You know?
Bring this podcast to the course, draw some attention.
You know?
We're not doing it.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing it.
Yep.
I put my foot down there.
Yep.
$30 beers? No.
No, dude. Coors Lights.
Yeah.
It's like, Christ, man. You buy a freaking 36-pack for $30.
You can go in the bathroom and piss in your mouth.
Whoa.
I mean, it's Coors
I
Lights.
mean, if I did, it probably would be Coors Light, honestly.
But yeah, don't be that lady that doesn't tip. But I mean, if you need an excuse, then that's a good one.
Yeah. I'll put that in the notes. Not really.
Have you seen there was like a viral, it was back in the day before viral was viral, you know? It was like a receipt and it said tip, it said like negative something. And then he took off like $3 or $4 from the actual thing. Yeah.
They
was so
deducted
funny.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen stuff like that.
Yeah. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, be kind and tip your people, because if you're gonna go out, is basically what it is. If you're gonna go out for a service, pay for it.
That's what we always say.
If you don't, if
you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, if you're not willing to pay for that service and stuff, then just stay home.
Right. Exactly. Right? It's easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, people are dumb.
It's simple as that. Yeah.
Back to LA, worst tippers in the world, dude.
And that's where you really need to do it.
That's where you need it. Yeah, apartments are damn $700,000.
Yeah. Worth watching this weekend.
Okay, my back's sweaty.
Dude, it's so hot in here.
Why is it hot? It's not even hot out.
Yeah.
I think we're breathing hard. Okay, worth watching.
Worth watching UFC 293. We got Adesanya.
Again,
dude. That's why I like him, because he fights.
Okay.
He doesn't care.
All right.
We got Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland.
I'm going Strickland.
Oof. He's a Nazi.
Oh, no, I'm going Lasagna or whatever. Lasagna.
It's 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific time. I think they're fighting in Australia.
Okay.
Adesanya is from New Zealand, or lives in New Zealand, so it's kind of his home course.
Oh, he's winning for sure then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But Strickland, so I actually watched the Joe Rogan podcast with Strickland, and there was a few times in that podcast, more than a handful, that he basically was like, man, I just really want to kill someone.
Really?
Yeah. Like, he's a weird guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's funny.
Wired different.
Yeah, he's funny, and he looks like a neo-Nazi skinhead type dude, and he's like, I know I do.
Easy. I'm right here.
But he does it on purpose.
Okay, I can't grow hair.
Yeah, he does it on purpose. So he said he grew up like racist, basically, and he dressed like, you know, American History X type deal.
Yeah.
And then when he started like actually training, you know, he met people of different color and ethnicities and stuff like that. So then he was like, oh, that's not the way to be. Like, I'm not really like that.
Yeah.
So he actually grew his hair out to be like a hippie.
Oh,
and changed his dress, like, so people wouldn't think he was like that type of dude.
Right.
So I think he still has like a lot of mental stuff, because he says like, he's like, why doesn't that happen to me? Like when there's a story of like some lady getting beat up or robbed or whatever, he's like, why doesn't it happen to me? Like, I would love that. He's like, I want to kill someone.
Jesus, dude.
You know, it's like, holy shit, dude. This guy.
That would be cool though. If someone went to like carjack him or rob him, or somebody just beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Well, there's like a couple clips going on right now, because, you know, it's fight week, so he does interviews and stuff, but a couple clips are coming out of him like raging with people. And he's like, hey, let's jump out of the car. No knives, no guns. Let's see what happens. And then the people like see that he's serious. They're like, nope, never mind.
Yeah, I'm good.
And then one guy's all, dude, you look like you've been in jail. And he's like, yeah, maybe once or twice. And the guy was like, nope, never mind.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's pretty funny, but yeah, the guy is crazy, you know, and I don't know, dude. It's like, I love Izzy. He's a great fighter. I think he's one of the best fighters out there, you know, and like I said, he fights a lot, and you got to give props to that, because a lot of the champions, why they stay champions is because they'll fight once a year. Yeah. And it's like, oh, you know, oops, I'm getting wrist surgery. It's like, yeah, you know, and then, so they're like champions for like 10 years. Yeah. And well, they never fight.
Yeah. And what I even think about it too is just the recovery time, you know, because you put so much into one fight. It's like those dudes need, like, the good fighters usually need recovery time as well. Yeah. So for him to just keep, like, what's it been, a month, 2 months?
It's been like 2-3 months.
Yeah. So I mean, that's quite the turn, because I mean, he basically recovered for a couple weeks and got right back into it.
But that's the thing. Yeah. A lot of times when they get hurt, they get suspended for like 6 months, where they can't fight for 6 months. Yeah. You know, because they got hurt or whatever. But it meant, well, Izzy's last fight, he knocked out the dude in the second round, and he wasn't really taking any damage, so he's able to go out there and get cleared. Yeah. But that's what I like about him, because he could say like, hey, I just fought, so let me fight at the end of the year. Right. So I think he wants to fight this one, and then most likely on paper he knocks out this dude first round. Okay. You know, and then he can fight at the end of the year in Madison Square Garden, because everyone wants to do that. Yeah. So he fights again, but I don't know, dude. It's one of those where like the odds are just so good for Izzy. And like, if you if you bet on Strickland, dude, you could probably become a millionaire.
Really?
Yeah. Cause
should I try it?
You should.
Got an app.
But if he wins, which is like, no one thinks he can win, really. Yeah. You know, but I don't know. I kind of have a bad feeling like maybe Strickland can get him. But
dude, I'm gonna bet on it.
That dude's just that good though. Like, is he?
Yeah.
So,
dude, you want to hear something cool? It still ties in. So at Trav's tournament, the PGA Memes tournament, he has like a bookie app, right? Like a betting app on your phone.
My bookie?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
It is. That's what I got. I think.
This episode is brought to you
by my bookie. No, but Trav's like, hey, if you guys could help me, because if he gets a certain amount of signups, he gets like a bonus through his deal. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. And like, thought I just had to sign up. And then his brother-in-law was like, okay, put your card in. I'm like, what? And I had to put $100 minimum in it.
And they gave you 100.
Giving me 50.
Oh, okay. Half, yeah.
Yeah, so a little bonus. So I got home and I'm like, well, dude, I spent this 100. I might as well do something. They had blackjack on there. Like actual, like you get money off it, you know? Dude, and I made $200. Dang. And I'm like sick, and I went to cash out and I can't cash out. I'm like, damn it. So
Why?
Now I've got, I don't know, I have to have like rollover points or rollover cash or something it says.
And you could do that here?
Yeah, that's what I was tripping on, because I told the guys that. I'm like, dude, it sucks because I can't, you know, bet.
In Nevada, yeah.
Yeah, but I bet on the Chiefs-Lions game already. So I don't know. It's weird.
Well, let us know how it works out, because that's why I don't do that stuff, because I thought it was like people use like VPNs and stuff to like mask.
Yeah. Well, I know like FanDuels and DraftKings and stuff we can't do. Yeah. But like we have like William Hill and you know like actual bookie things, and I think this is more like that, not like a fantasy type thing, right? Yeah. So I don't know what the difference would be. Betting's betting to me, right?
Yeah. But, well, let me know how that payout is.
Yeah.
When you actually
I did the Chiefs and the over. $50, $25.
Chiefs against the Lions.
You never know though. First games are weird. Kelsey's already got a hurt knee. They don't know if he's playing. It's still Lions though. Sorry, Rush.
Yeah.
If you're listening, sorry, dude.
Lions not too good.
But then knowing our luck, I'll do that bet. Lions will smoke them. Lions will be like Super Bowl contenders or something. The Chiefs will have like their worst year.
Yeah.
That's how it always works when I bet.
That's kind of how I feel about the Strickland dude.
Yeah. I'm going to bet on him.
I'm just saying, I don't think he like, and he even went on the Joe Rogan. He's all talking about like his knees are just done. He's like, dude, if people actually fought me like good, they just take out my legs and I can't do shit about it. Dang. I can't move.
Why would he say that?
Yeah. Well, he's just like a weirdo.
Yeah.
You know? So he's just basically saying like, he's all, I can't really move. That's why I just like move forward and punch. That's it. That's all he has.
But if he connects one,
it
could be good.
But then Izzy is like the most athletic dude out there. So that dude's, so that's why everyone has Izzy like winning.
Yeah.
And no one has Strickland winning.
Right.
So the betting right there would be just like a Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm type deal. Like no one had Holly winning.
I'm going to pick it right after we get off this podcast. You watch.
What if you do?
No.
Dude, I gave you the inside tip.
Dude, you picked the lasagna, dude.
Adesanya.
That's
my boy, dude.
Okay. We'll see. Okay, my back's hot.
Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Until next time.
Thank you guys for hanging with the boys. Oh, dude, this is episode 199.
Oh, Travis Pastrana. Sick.
Next week, we're going to be just hammered because episode 200.
You will not be hammered. I probably will be.
Actually, tell the people where you're going this week, and we didn't even like actually say it.
Going to Jason Day's, PGA player, for his charity tournament. It's awesome. He's got like actors, hockey players, football players, and it's always a fun time. We get to actually do a little, not with Jason, but like I golf with some buddies out there the day before. Rooftop drinks, dinner at a zoo, like they do it right. So I'll have some good stories for you next week on episode 200.
Episode 200 next week. Mike will talk about his experience going to Jason. What's the charity or is it just Jason Days?
It's called Brighter Days Foundation.
Okay, the Brighter Days.
And I think it raises money for like all the Columbus Children's Hospitals or one hospital or something, but dude, like we think we're cool because we'll raise like 20 grand. Dude, he raised like 1.3 million last year in 2 days. The auction the night before and then the foursomes the next day. It's like, damn, that's real money, dude. Yeah,
kudos to him. That's like a real noble charity.
And
children's hospitals.
And like with Jason, like when you hang out with him, it's what he wants to do. It's not, he's not doing it because he made too much money and he needs a write off like some NFL players. Like this dude like cares about his like community and so he's a good dude. Yeah. It's fun. It's cool to go support it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we'll talk all about that next week.
Yeah. The boys _pod on every social media. Check us out.
Perfect. Until next time, peace.